Hello, and welcome. Based on my last video, I received some emails from clients and people that I've worked with in the past as to what is machine learning and what is AI Trend Predictor doing with respect to making those predictions. Is it just statistics? Are we just using historical statistics? No, not at all, guys. So AI Trend Predictor is essentially, it has two things in it. One, it has a machine learning tool, a machine learning library that is able to make predictions of what may happen in the future. And then I've also built into the tool a statistical model that measures how accurate those predictions are. Okay, so it's two different things in one. So from a high, sort of a 30,000 foot high level explanation, machine learning is essentially a subfield of artificial intelligence that basically involves training algorithms to automatically learn patterns and make predictions from data. Okay, and where do we get this data from in this system that I've developed here? Well, I've developed another system called Data Grabber that works with NinjaTrader 8. And with Data Grabber, you can essentially grab the data that you can then feed into AI Trend Predictor. And essentially by doing that, you are feeding the machine learning tool with the data that it needs, and you're training that machine learning tool or machine learning library so that based on that data, it can make predictions as to what may happen in the future. Okay? Now, that prediction part is this part right here. Hour 4, hour 5, hour 7, and so on. Okay, essentially there are what I call 24 hours, and a majority of those hours will have predictions next to them. Okay, and so this is predicting, for example, hour 4. This is all hour 4 my time. I'm in Los Angeles, so this would be if you're in, let's say, New York or in the East Coast, that's going to be 7 for you. Okay, these are Pacific Standard Time. Time zone, so this is Los Angeles time. So hour 4 down, hour 5 down, so on and so forth. Okay, but what is to the right of it, and this is where some people were confused, are these predictions, okay, the accuracy score predictions. So you'll see that there's a dash, that's sort of the separator, and then accuracy on test data for hour 4 is 60%. So that means in hour 4, it was right 60% of the time that in fact it was going to be down. Okay, so it's looking back historically and seeing if that prediction, that down prediction at 4 o'clock, how often was it right? Okay, for this particular instrument that it's checking. But I'm going to run this for you guys live. I'll run it for a few instruments. I'll do the indexes and I'll do CL. Okay, so that's 5 different instruments. I'll show you how fast you can grab this data. And in this video, I'm going to make a prediction as to what's going to happen tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, it's April 12th. I'm going to actually give you predictions based on AI Trend Predictor as to what may happen, not is going to happen. Forgive me for misspeaking there. To be precisely accurate, what may happen, because none of us know the future with any type of certainty, right? But we can use the data that we have. We can train a model with that, and this is an excellent model that I'm using, and train that model and have that model pick up on the patterns and make a prediction based on that. And so this is what I'm going to do in this video, so bear with me. I'm going to show you how easy this is, and I'll start the indexes data grabbing with ES. With Data Grabber, whoever's going to be using this, let this also be sort of a tutorial for you as well. You always want to make sure, and I had this happen already to a client. He essentially generated data off the 1 minute. And if you use 1 minute data, you plug it into AI Trend Predictor. AI Trend Predictor will give you a message that will say, essentially, you should be using 60-minute data, okay? So you need to use 60-minute data. So you need to change the value to 60. That's important. And since I wanted to predict, remember guys, I said the machine learning tool is going to predict the next 24 hours. It's the next 24 hours from the data, from the last data that you give it. And the last data that I'm going to give it is only Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to look for, all you need is about 2 to 3 quarters of data. Okay, so I'm going to start looking from September 1st until, I've put in April 10 just to make sure that the very last Thursday is also covered. Okay, so that definitely covers the last 30. So we're going to get essentially all of the Thursdays from September 1st until April 10th. And so we want to make this 22, of course, because it's September 1st of 2022. And then till this year. Okay, so April 10th. So I'm going to go and start with ES, and I'm going to show you how fast this is going to go. Okay, this is all you need to do. So I've chosen Thursday. Do not touch these times. You want it to always be from essentially midnight until 11:59 p.m. This is the file path that it's writing to. This is dynamic, guys. So it's going to automatically write it to that directory within the documents folder. It automatically finds it for you and puts it there. Okay, so you don't have to change that. This, you want to give yourself a little bit of a sort of a note. Okay, so I'm going to put ES here, and I'm also going to put Thursday next to it so that I know that it's for Thursday. And I'm going to go and run ES. Watch this. And done. All right, that's ES. So let's do, I said indexes, so let's do NQ. All I have to do is this, change this to NQ. This is just a note for myself when I view it later, okay? So let's grab NQ. Boom, done. RTY. Look how fast we're going, guys. This is how much research you need to do to make a prediction, okay? So once we do this prediction, though, what do we do with it, okay? We have to obviously trade with it. And I do have a trade management system, a fantastic system that I'm calling AITP Prop Trader. And so with AITP Prop Trader, you will be able to essentially trade, set up your trades and manage the trades, including there's custom logic in there that is going to grab that is aiming for the peak price. This is perfect for those that are prop traders, because in prop trading firms, essentially you have a threshold, a peak threshold, and once you hit that peak price, that highest high price, and price starts going against you, that's how they start counting that drawdown. Okay, and so that is the most challenging part of having any type of a trading prop trading evaluation account. And that is what problem that AITP Prop Trader is going to hopefully solve for you, because it will essentially attempt to grab price as close as to peak as possible. So there's custom logic in there as well. In fact, I can really quickly show you what that looks like. That's AITP Prop Trader, okay? And this is the trailing peak threshold that I was referencing right now. And so this is long unrealized minimum peak profit. So if I put in $500, this is dollar amounts, and I say trailing percent for long trades, that means it's going to trail it by 25%. Okay, I can make this as tight as I want. I can make it trail by 0% if I wanted to. So it's going to get out right at 500. Of course, that's not much of a breathing room for trading, but that's up to you, the traders. So you can do it either way you want. You can keep it at 50 so that it's 50% away from the peak high. Okay, it's not 50% away from $500. It starts trailing it or following that price from $500, that peak price. Okay, but the 50% is the peak 50%. So your entry price to the peak. Let's say from your entry price, it was $1,000 until that peak, and you had set this at 25% on that long trade, then your stop would be at $750. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But in this video, I'm not going to demonstrate AITP Prop Trader. I'm going to focus just on the sort of the questions that I was receiving. I've been receiving with respect to AI Trend Predictor. And so essentially, I believe I have now grabbed all of the data. And let's go and check that. And let's see if we have it. Let me refresh to make sure all of it is there. And it looks like I have not grabbed CL yet. So let me go and do that really quickly. Let's grab CL. There it is. That's a blink of an eye, you guys. It's there. Okay. There's CL. Okay. It wasn't there, and now it's there. Okay. So let's go ahead and now get some predictions going. Let's see what we've got. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Properties. Copy that. Okay. I'm going to cancel this. I don't need it anymore. Okay. See, it says enter the name of the CSV file. Okay. And .csv. That's all I need to do. Hit enter. Got it. Utilizing your machine scores concurrently to analyze. this CSV. Results in output.txt. Best wishes and thanks. Okay, what I'm looking for is a minimum 60% accuracy on the prediction. Minimum 60% accuracy on the prediction. So for CL, let's see what we've got. I've got my eye on this guy right here at 3 a.m. And by the way, I'm going to be focusing on this part of the hours, okay? Usually, this part, it has less volume, it has less ranges, and so the more potential for income happens in this area, okay? And so that's where I'm going to be focusing. So let's see if we got anything over 60. As you can see, that's the closing hour. Not much to do there. That's the closing hour. That is usually going to have very little volatility. So not much money to be made here. So there is a possibility here at 3 o'clock down, 65% accuracy. So we'll stick with that. All right, that's prediction number 1 for tomorrow. Remember what I said in the last video, guys, you want to take the half of that. So this is saying the third hour is going to be down, and its accuracy of that prediction is 65.62%. Okay. What I'm saying is you want to look at that initial half hour. So between 3 and 3:30. Okay, just to be on the safe side. And so it's predicting that in the third hour, it's going to be down. It's going to be down is the prediction here. And so let's see what happens. So note that down. All right. Tomorrow, God willing, I have some time and I can make a video as to if I were to enact these or execute these predictions into AITP prop trader, what the outcome would have been. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow because these videos, I don't want it to be an hour plus, and the watch rate really goes down the longer I make these videos, and I want people to watch all of it because there's a lot of good content in these videos. But if it's long, unfortunately, people have lives. They can't sit there and watch YouTube forever and ever and ever. And so I'll try to be as brief as I can, guys. I also have to try to explain it too at the same time. So, all right. So that was CL. So we're out of the way with one of them, and let's continue here. Let's do ES properties. I'm gonna copy that. I don't need that anymore. And so let's just open up AI Trend Predictor, CSV. Don't forget the .csv. You want the extension. If you don't type it, it's just going to say type in the extension, okay, essentially. And so let's see if we have anything for ES. Again, as I said in the last video, I ignore any of the predictions for hour 0, okay, because the math here is done a little bit differently for hour 0. So I ignore that. I am looking for everything else, but in this area. So that came close, but I'm sticking to my rule. It's got to be minimum 60%. 2 o'clock came awfully close. Okay, same with 3, awfully close. Same with 5, awfully close, guys. So with ES, I'm not making any prediction with AI Trend Predictor. Again, we have 3 potential options that were very close, but the 60% is my absolute minimum. And so you can't just negotiate against, rules that you make up. Sort of like the stops that we make, right, guys? Once you have a stop in mind, don't negotiate against yourself. Okay, stick to your rules. And so that's I think pretty good advice. Anyway, let's see what we've got. I got nothing for ES, guys. No prediction. So far only for CL. Let's see if we got anything for NQ. .csv. Close that. All right. What do we've got? We've got NQ. Oh, NQ. Look at this. Here we go. All right. So we got, some 59 percentagers. Again, I'm sticking with my rules. 60% minimum. Here we go. So the 11 o'clock hour, it is predicting that it's going to be up, and it has an accuracy score of that prediction at 64.52%. I'll take that. So that's the prediction for tomorrow from AI Trend Predictor. Again, guys, these predictions aren't guaranteed. I'm not saying this is what for sure is going to happen. I think you understand. I don't think you need me to make a disclaimer here. I think you understand what I'm saying. I'm even giving you the percentage score as to what it is. So as far as to that predictions, how accurate it is. And so with 64.52% confidence, I'm going to say that for NQ, the 11 o'clock hour, remember 11 to 11:30 is what you want to take, is going to be up. Okay, so let's move on here. What do we got left? We got a couple. We have RTY and YM left. So let's go ahead and grab the CSV file from RTY. Okay, let's go ahead and pop that in, .csv. And here we go. Ooh, RTY, 71%. 2 o'clock hour, as far as the accuracy score, of a prediction of down at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I've got nothing else. Oh, I'm sorry, we have one more, 6 o'clock down. Okay, so there we go. So we have for RTY, 2 predictions for tomorrow, Thursday, April 13th, at 2 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, with 71.88% confidence. I am saying that, well, I'm not saying it, AITrendPredictor is saying that at 2 o'clock in the morning, RTY, all right, is going to be down, okay? And with 62.50% confidence, I'm saying, AITrendPredictor is saying that at hour 6 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be down. And so between 6 and 6:30, guys, take it like that. As far as if I was going to be setting up a trade, that's what I'm looking at, the initial half hour of that prediction. So for hour 6, between 6 and 6:30, I'm looking for it to be down. Between at 2 and 2:30, I'm looking for it to be down. RTY, all right? The final one. In fact, I should show you guys what the CSV itself looks like. I just double-clicked on the YM file. This is what the CSV looks like, what we generated in Data Grabber. Okay, this is the data that we are feeding the AI trend predictor. Okay, so the machine learning library is relying on this data. All right, so I'm going to X out of that. No. And let's go ahead and as that closes, let's go back to the actual file itself, properties. Grab that. Okay. Pop it in, .csv, and this is the final prediction. Let's see if we have a prediction. I got close, but no cigar. I've got nothing on YM, guys, because again, we ignored hour 0. I came close with 59.38% on the first hour, but it is not my minimum rule. Okay, I'm not going to negotiate against my own rules. So it's 59.38. Sorry, it's not 60. It's got to be at least 60. And so I've got nothing for YM. So you just got 3 predictions from this video based on AI Trend Predictor, no charge. Okay, just so that you get an idea of how AI Trend Predictor works. This is, of course, half the battle. Next would be setting up the actual trade based on the data. Okay, so you've essentially have a good prediction with a statistical model that's giving you an accuracy or a confidence score there. Look at it that way. So obviously it's not 100% confident. There is no such thing. Anybody who says that there is, please run. It just doesn't exist. Okay, this is pretty much the best that we can do. And so I'm not going to use Data Grabber to set up trades. I'm going to use AITP Prop Trader to set up trades. So we have the day, so I would have picked Thursday and I would set it up. You can do the modulate plus break even. You have money management here. This is a very interesting thing, which I'll talk more about tomorrow, the consecutive loss switch. Very interesting. And of course, the most interesting is this. This is going to be huge for anybody who's a prop trader, in my opinion, or is trying to get past the evaluation. And it's not just getting past the evaluation, guys. That's a common misunderstanding as to how that business works. For prop trading firms, you want to make sure that you are consistent. That's what they're looking for. Okay, so consistency is pretty important. Hitting, a home run once in a while, it means nothing to most prop trading firms because it could have gone the other way, right? You may have had a huge hit, but you may have also had a huge loss, and so they're not interested in that. They are interested in consistency, day in and day out, putting in the work, getting the base hits, the doubles, once in a while the triples, and once in a great while the home runs. Then that's what they're looking for. And essentially that trailing peak threshold, that's huge. Okay, majority of these firms are using that And that's how, that is why a lot of people have difficulty not just getting past the evaluation, but keeping that account, because you can slip all the way back then and have to start all over again if you don't maintain that. Okay, there are certain thresholds you still have to maintain once you get funded. Okay, so it's not like once you get funded, it's all easy peasy after that. Oh no, that's when the work begins. Okay, and so that is going to be very helpful to anybody. Again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I don't want these videos to be too long. I hope you understand. If you've enjoyed this video, if it's been helpful to you, give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you like it. It encourages me to keep going. And if you want to share this video with others, I'd appreciate it. Until next time, take care and God bless.